Hello and welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Libras. This is for Libra and Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general reading, it's not a personal one, so as always, please do take what does resonate. Anything I say that doesn't resonate for you, leave it for somebody else. This is also a timeless reading, it's for whenever you come across it. Anything I'm saying in the reading, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, please go ahead and reverse them, that's absolutely fine. If you're new to the channel, then huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. I'm so glad you're here. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back and thank you for all the amazing support, all the likes, the nice comments, the shares. It really means the world to me, so thank you. All right, now always bear in mind as well, sometimes it's just not your message. And if that's the case today, then I hope you come back another time for another Libra reading. You can also check out your other major placements. So my readings are dedicated to Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements, but you might have something else that is also significant in your chart for you, or there's someone that you want to find out about, might be significant in their chart. So anyway, I'm going to see what is coming towards you next, Libra. What are the messages for you today? I will be asking obviously what's coming towards you next in love, but I will obviously, if messages relating to other things come through, I'll mention those as well. So for my Libras, please, what do we have for my Libras? What's coming towards them? All right, so we have mask that flew out. Hiding true feelings, pretending, delude, gaslight, personify. Okay, it landed on top of two of my decks that I have on the table, which you can't see in the camera. But so it landed like crossing an oracle deck and a tarot deck. So I'll just show you which cards it landed on top of. Shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected, and the Five of Swords. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, oh, okay. At the bottom of the deck, when the mask card came out, is sunglasses. I've given it away. Sunglasses says watching, looking, perception, stalking, and then underneath that is shock. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, transformation. That is the shocking card from both of my oracle decks. Wow. All right. It could well be that someone's true intentions or true feelings are coming out. Now, the fact that the Five of Swords is here as well, there's been some trickery going on. This is someone hiding some sort of reality because they feel like they are winning in doing so. So it could have been someone lying to you. Okay, let's see what's going on for my Libras, please. Giving you half the information, distorted information. They thought they were being clever. Oh goodness, Libra, tell me more please. What's coming towards my Libras? Okay, so we have the dragonfly and Cupid's arrow came out together. And these say lighthearted, adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light. And have faith, love is coming. Surprise, invitation, struck by love. Again, there's a message there about things coming to light. A surprise. At the bottom of the deck, after the shuffling I was doing when I was talking, is the shock card again. Wow. Libra, it's something unexpected. Now, I have to say I don't like it, though, because of the Five of Swords element in terms of, is this going to be something that you're pleasantly surprised about? It's definitely something coming out here that has been hidden from you. I mean, I kind of get the sense of someone knew that they were giving you the false impression. They were doing it on purpose so that you would react a certain way. Now, for example, whether you would react angrily or really upset because they were... But they were... This is false information, I want to say as well. Someone could have been telling you something that was really hurtful. Or something so that you would get upset about it. But it wasn't true. That's what I'm getting. Hold on. Let's get some more. What do we need to know? What's coming towards my Libras, please? We have family, fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. could have been someone who you grew up with, who could seem like almost like family. This could be a family member or someone who, as far as you're concerned, is, you know, you've known them so long, they might as well be family. Someone could have lied to you about a pregnancy. Not necessarily that they were pregnant with your child, for example. It doesn't have to be that. More like someone else was having a baby with somebody, but it was a lie. Hold on. For Libra, please. Mistakes. Misunderstood, victim, lost soul. Feels like someone may want to reconnect who you have history with. Again, it could be a family member. They may feel like they've been abandoned in some way. They might want to kind of heal, well, they might be saying they want to heal old wounds or like some sort of family rift. And for there to be peace, like, can we have a truce? Tell me about family, please. I don't know if if that is their true intention. Well, yeah. Abandoned, left out, walked away cold. Did I not just say they may have been feeling like abandoned? And at the bottom of the deck is withdrawn, single, lonely, solitary. This is someone who feels like they have been pushed out, or unless this is you, Libra, as well. Like almost like I just picked up half the deck at random, and its foundation, it says established family security. This is someone who feels like a black sheep of the family. Why past life? Escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. This is someone who prefers to live in dreamland, effectively. When things get difficult, they disappear. Maybe from disappearing from difficult conversations, or when there's like people need help. I feel like this is someone who ducks out of the responsibility. So it's like someone who wants the family sense of connection. Now apply this obviously as it resonates. If it's a family member, if it's a long lost cousin, if it's a friend, if it's a romantic interest. What I'm getting is someone who they want the idea of, you know, that sense of community. They want people to be there for them. But when they're required to like step up and help other people, they can't handle it. So it's kind of one-sided, and also they run from shouldering any responsibility or looking after other people. But they feel like a victim, that they've been abandoned. But it's also giving me that their pattern, whoever this is when other people need them, they disappear. For, you know, escaping for kind of good times. This might be someone who, when there's a crisis, maybe that someone's going through, that they need some help, this person would kind of book a holiday, and suddenly they're going traveling for 6 months or something, and, you know, with this sense of freedom and no responsibility, no burden, but at the same time, they feel like there's a resentment, or like a wound here of they don't feel like the family really wants them around. So that, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Tell me about this mask card before we get into the tarot. Why is the mask card here? Commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity. But yeah, this is what I can see when I'm looking at the deck. Oh, sorry, like that. So at the bottom of the deck, when the commitment card came out, is obsession. It says infatuation, adoration, addiction. But then I can also see, with the deck split, the running card, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Why is the dragonfly here? What's coming to light? Shockingly. Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. What's coming to light? Clarity in reverse. It says intentions. Said from the very start, I got this impression that it's about someone having hidden intentions, what they're doing. They think they're being clever. They think they can kind of sneak past without you spotting the truth in some way. Why is clarity in reverse? Confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure. Maybe they are not even sure of what they want. They're very tired and they're like, oh. This is like someone who is tired of kind of always being on the road, or as I described, like they don't want to have difficult conversations that make them feel a certain kind of way, because maybe it opens up wounds from their own. Now, if this isn't a member of your family, it could be this person has had a difficult childhood, or had like a very unconventional relationship with their own family. They may have felt like their family wasn't there for them, and they might not feel comfortable in the company of their family. I kind of get someone who acts as if they're a lone wolf, but the thing is that they also feel lonely. But there's like this conflict within this person, because they have this wound that no one wants them around for a long time. So unless they are wearing a mask about why they are trying to reconnect, surprisingly try and reconnect, because they think they're being clever. What I'm also getting is they think they're being clever and somehow sneaking back in, but they're also a little bit in denial about the fact that they actually want some sort of foundation that they're craving, and they are okay, let's get into the tarot, shall we? So for my Libras, please. What's coming towards Libra next, please? Oh, the Two of Swords. I was talking about being in denial. The Two of Swords comes out, and at the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card, which is Sagittarius' major arcana. Just split the deck, and there's the Three of Swords. Now, with that Two of Swords could be you in a sticky place in terms of not knowing what to do, because you may want to heal some sort of rift with someone here, but at the same time, you might not trust them. Tell me more, please. What's coming towards Libra? It can also talk about the fact that someone is in denial about some sort of painful wound that they have, which really deeply affects them, that they're very, very traumatized or hurt about, but they can't see that that is what needs to actually be worked through and healed. Tell me more, please. The Eight of Swords came out on top of the Mask card. Oh my god. And then the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. So what I'm getting, Libra, is that you, whoever this is, you're not going to get past the feeling that they are pretending with what they're saying to you. And you're going to be very guarded towards them as a result. Can you tell me more about who this person is that's coming through here for Libra? Who is this person? Oh, the Two of Cups. The Five of Pentacles came out with the Five of Swords. It's like the Five of Swords for a second time. This is someone that feel like is either a kindred spirit or a soulmate to you. However, as much as that might be the case, there's been a lot of challenge here in terms of abandonment with that Five of Pentacles and a refusal to discuss, like a refusal to communicate. Tell me more about who this person is for Libra. Six of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who is, like, again, this is the lone wolf energy I was talking about, in terms of they want to, when they have success in their life, they have this need to prove to everyone that they did it on their own. So they don't want people admiring them and respecting them and being like, ah, yeah, but they had Libra's help, or they had, because it's almost like they didn't have help potentially from family, for example. So this is someone who takes pride in the fact that they are a self-made person. So this could be an issue here because I see that they crave to bond with, I would say, with someone that, you know, they want to have that long-lasting bond with another person. They are tired of being alone and of doing everything on their own with that exhaustion. Like, this person is drained from... This is like someone who's trying to insist that they are a lone wolf, when I've seen this lonely energy come through about 3 or 4 times already. That's challenging. I mean, tell me about the mask this person wears, or is going to be wearing. So the Queen of Wands came out. That's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. The King of Pentacles came out with the Moon. So this person's mask is that they are very confident and very attractive. So, not, I mean, they may well be attractive, but what I mean is that they wear this mask of maybe exaggerating how much people want to be with them, how, you know, people are attracted to them, how people chase after them. They may also hide behind the money that they make. Why is the Moon here? Oh, the Five of Cups. See what I mean? Underneath the bottom of the deck is the Devil, which is Capricorn. Again, the King of Pentacles can also be Capricorn. Gosh. That is some deep pain that this person is hiding. I feel like they're even deluding themselves or trying to. Okay, let's get some more. What is coming towards Libra, please? What's coming towards Libra? Okay, so the Bankrupt card came out. Don't worry too much about the fact it says bankrupt, because this just feels like someone who's struggling with money. It's just everything in this deck is like a very dramatic way of saying it. At the bottom of the deck, when that came out, was hustling, making it rain, focused on money, getting it. I feel like this is more like someone, whether it's you or somebody, this person here, Libra, who's concerned about their incomings are not as high as their outgoings, basically. So someone could be very, well, this could be you as well. You might need to be focused on doing more work or something that, trying to get more income, basically. What's coming towards Libra, please? Okay. So looking you up came out in reverse, which would say researching, studying, getting info. but it's in reverse. And then giving money came out and moving at the bottom of the deck. For some of you, someone may need to, they might be being, how can I put it? They might be missing the fact that some company will pay them to move out of their current property, or they might be lacking the information that's required about doing that. So, for example, if this was like a property that your local government, council or whatever own, and they want it back, and they would be willing to like give you money for you to move and live somewhere else, for example. Or if there's someone who wants to build on where your property is, same thing. But so maybe someone could be missing that opportunity they need to get more information about that. Tell me more, please, about what is coming towards Libra, please. So played out came out on top of bankrupt. If there's someone that you've been helping out financially, Libra, I feel like you're going to be stopping doing that, because with the other card that came out was spiritual hater, hates on your spirituality, light, magic and power. Now, obviously, you can take the spirituality out of that if you like, and just this, it feels like someone who, yeah, it's a little bit of like, again, I'm getting a family member energy potentially, or yeah, someone who feels like they can come to you and ask for money. Because at the bottom of the deck is drama starter, and then underneath it is uninterested and broke ASS. This is someone who's like very dramatically, contacting you, trying to get you to donate money to them. And they're like dramatically being like, oh, I can't pay my bills, they're going to turn my electricity off, etc. Which obviously is serious. But at the same time, this seems like someone you've been giving money to help them out. And this has run its course, especially if you've been doing that and they haven't. I mean, this could be flipped. This could be someone who you were trying to help out whilst they find a new job, for example. And it's almost like finding out they haven't actually been doing that with that, like researching, looking up energy in reverse. It's like, so they haven't put the effort in. They might have just been leaning on the fact that your power, with that spiritual hater card, that's just could be your ability to kind of attract abundance, or at least attract stability into your life. They are kind of focused on their envy of that, your abilities, and expecting you to, no, like, no, I'm sorry, a family member or a friend who's basically, this is entitled energy of, you've got so much so you can give me money, what's it to you, kind of thing. But you were doing that to kind of help them out through a time so that they can then embolden themselves and kind of look into ways that they don't need to come to you. They can get themselves on their own 2 feet. But it's like this person, this feels like a different energy to what I was talking about at the beginning about this lone wolf. This seems more like I think you're about to, yeah, I just split the deck and talking shiz is there as well. This feels like someone who might make you feel bad for not helping them out. But it's not your job to do that at all. If you've been helping them already, that's already very generous. And I'm sure they're an adult and responsible for themselves, therefore. So they're not, if they're not under 18, they have the abilities and the wherewithal to sort themselves out. I feel like you're moving on from being used by that person, but they may be giving you some shiz about it, basically. For, you know, they've tapped you dry, basically. Not that you're actually now dry, but their grace period has run out because they haven't been doing the work themselves whilst you've been helping them. Okay, let's get some more. What's coming towards Libra next, please? Seven of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands. Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it feels like there were roadblocks being shown to you, for like people trying to point out all the reasons that you couldn't do something, Libra, or putting more on you, like a burden on you. I also want to say putting you in the middle of drama that wasn't anything to do with you. So this is Seven of Wands. You're like just you've been trying to just get on with your life, your business. You've got a lot on your plate, which you can handle. But this is like other people putting their business on your table as well as your own stuff. I feel like it could be that they were trying to put you in the middle of conflict that they were having with other people. There was something maybe that needed to be already done, finished. Like we're not arguing about this anymore. This should have already been resolved, and it wasn't. But I think you're not like letting them drag you down, I want to say, with them anymore. Why is the Seven of Wands in reverse, please, for Libra? The Hanged Man. The Three of Pentacles. Hold on a minute. Hold on. This feels like these people were intentionally trying to distract you, slow you down. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles, please, for Libra. Oh my goodness. So the Novice of Cups came out. At the bottom of the deck is the Star card, which is Aquarius's major arcana. Underneath it is the Hermit, which is Virgo. Three of Swords. And then the Devil is underneath that, which is Capricorn again. There was something that you felt, or someone that you felt guided towards. But Libra, I see that basically other people have been conspiring to put a lot of workload your way and a lot of responsibility your way. And in the process, they have been like cutting you off. It's almost like you can't go towards something that you feel guided. It feels very destined. It feels like this is, you're being guided, like it's your inspiration in some way. You're inspired to make some sort of move, whether it's to someone romantically or just something that you dream of. But these people have basically been giving you extra responsibility, extra tasks in order to block what you're really, like, block you from going towards what you're really inspired. How can you know what I keep getting, and it's, bear with, because I don't normally mention things like this in these readings, but I keep getting Cinderella of, you know, you can't go to the ball, bear with me. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman myself. I know a lot of you will be, and this is not all princesses and fairy tales or whatever, but it just keeps reminding me of like the evil stepsisters or whatever being like, oh yeah, you can go to the ball, but only once you've darned all our dresses and cleaned the 17-room mansion or whatever. It's that is the vibe I'm getting, because it's like the Hanged Man energy of putting you on hold, like also blindfolding you to what they're doing, that they are finding ways to, it's almost like drag you down, delay you. Basically, you're going to have so much on your plate that you can't think about going towards your dreams. Why is the Ten of Swords in reverse, please? It's also, I'm getting that these people wanted you to stay at their level with them, and they didn't want you achieving more than them. Because if they weren't ready for like more, then they didn't want you going off and having that and leaving them behind. Why is the Ten of Swords in reverse, please? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my gosh. And the Ten of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Seriously, there was something that, maybe it was something that you wanted to put an end to. Could have been to do with a home. Like maybe you wanted to move out. Maybe you wanted to move to somewhere different. Maybe, or you wanted to quit a job or something like this. This is like something you wanted to end in some way, like some chapter of your life. And I don't see this relatively romantic. It seems more to do with something in your life. Look at this. Underneath the Ten of Wands is the Devil again, and then underneath it is the Eight of Pentacles. This is trying to, I mean, if you wanted to leave a job, for example, this is people going, they don't want you going after your dream, which may involve you leaving because you're carrying so much, you're maybe in some ways you're like carrying the company. Or if this was like a family dynamic, they don't want you moving out and living somewhere different because you're the only thing that keeps people together and still talking to each other. So essentially, Libra, what you've got happening, and I feel like it's coming to an end because the very first card that came out about this was the Seven of Wands in reverse. See 3 tens there as well, Swords, Pentacles, and the Wands at the bottom of the deck. But I was talking about like having so many tasks, so much responsibility, so much like burden that it distracts you and you give up on the dream that you had, because this would be like after a couple, I don't know, a year of working through all these endless tasks, you know, it's like in Cinderella again of, well, now I've cleaned the whole mansion, my dress is filthy and ruined and I can't go anywhere now anyway, so I guess I'll just give up on that dream, is basically what I'm getting. What is Libra going to be doing when it comes to that then? What's Libra going to be doing when it comes to this that you're telling me about? Well, there you go. 8 of Swords in reverse. You see, there was a agreement going on. If this was in your workplace, this would be like other department heads or whatever being like, listen, Libra really kind of wants to move on. I can see that they're thinking about trying to get a job somewhere else. This is giving you so much headache and work. You can't even think about writing out an application form for the dream job that you really want. So, but look, 8 of Swords in reverse, as I said, it's kind of breaking out of that feeling trapped and breaking out of some sort of agreement that was done by other people, even unspokenly behind your back. The other card that came out was the Tower in reverse. I can't show it. It's super X-rated Tower. And then at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Swords. You're out of there. Yeah, there's wisdom here from you. Elder of Swords. You know what's really going on. Yep, at the bottom of the deck is Temperance, Sagittarius, Major Arcana again, the 7 of Swords, and then the High Priestess. Your guides, your higher self, your ancestors potentially, have reached you or will be reaching you through some sort of moment of calm. See, the thing is, this is like people who want to keep you in a constant state of stress so that you don't know which way is up. Like if you think about like a lake I just saw, or that's just like being constantly shaken, you don't know. If you were like a frog in the middle of that lake, you wouldn't know like which lily pad to like is safe to go to, because it's all over the place. But if there is a moment of, which they were trying to avoid, a moment of serenity when you're not being dragged into drama, whether it's workplace drama, friends drama, family, or whatever, and you can actually see, the kind of serenity comes to the water. In that moment, you can see the better lily pad that you want to jump to. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Maybe that's what I was getting from the start about this mask energy as well. Could be a couple of things coming through here. I definitely see there's like this lone wolf energy who acts as if they want to be alone, but it's due to deep wounding they have potentially about their own family. There's also, what I said at the start about wearing this mask and the Five of Swords. And I said about people trying to make, or someone trying to make you feel like the situation was worse for some sort of gain that they would get out of that. I think that's what I'm getting here again. It's like you couldn't possibly leave right now because, oh my God, the family will fall apart. None of us will ever speak to each other again if you decide to move house right now. Or if you leave the company right now, like all of us are going to go bankrupt, and all of us are. This is what this could be as well. Like, we'll all lose our jobs if you leave. So it's like putting the burden on you that you're responsible for other people. And this actually could be back to this, the bankrupt card and the looking you up in reverse. If this is something to do with like a business as well, or someone who's relying on your input, this is like the pressure being on you that you're the only thing holding it together. And as a result, the looking you up in reverse, what that could be is actually you, as a result of this pressure, you haven't been looking for a new job. You haven't been looking for a new home, like on estate agent websites or job websites or whatever. Like you've just given up on doing that because you feel like there's too much weight on your shoulders from other people's drama. So I definitely see you're kind of moving out away from that, if that's what's been going on as well, Libra. So just to wrap up, are there any messages for Libra? I think the shock that I was getting from the start is that you're kind of seeing exactly the truth of what has been going on here. But are there any messages? This obviously is a love reading as well, so anything love related that anyone wants to say to Libra, please. Mend. I want to fix our connection. At the bottom of the deck is understanding. I see your side of the story. Reunion. We will always come back to each other. At the bottom of the deck, conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. Wow. There's definitely someone who wants to, as I said, I think I used the word reunite at the start, but basically someone who maybe is this person who separates themselves when things get difficult, or, acts as if it's better if they're on their own. But there's someone who wants to talk to you. They've also got this kind of new awareness of how you felt in the situation, or what you were trying to, your point. Like they understand your point. They want to work on improving the situation with you. Anything else for Libra, please? Runner. I don't want to run anymore. Well, yeah, that is the person with the kind of the wounding I was talking about, who does a runner when things get serious or difficult, but also they also probably run when there's a chance of a connection deepening, because what I described in terms of this conflict within them about being on their own versus having a real foundation with somebody. But that's what I've got for you this time, Libra. I do hope it was useful for someone out there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, I'd love to have you. And if it resonated at all, leave me a comment and let me know. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.